Hello, everyone. I am Kurt Roskoff. You are here with us at the World of Ability Podcast Network. We are announcing your next show of Revolutionize Your Marketing by Mill City MA, hosted by John Petros Sr. And we have a guest here today that is just going to open up this whole field of marketing in a whole new way for the show. You're going to enjoy it. So again, I'm Kurt Roskoff with World Billy Podcasts, announcing Revolutionize Your Marketing with our host, John Petros Sr. So John, come on in here and share with the audience what you all have in the hopper for today. Thanks for doing the show, John. It's all yours.
Thank you, Kurt. As always, great introduction and station identification. Hello, folks, and welcome to Revolutionize Your Marketing. I have a special guest coming in with us tonight who is going to put a different aspect on marketing. Marketing in a form that has been around for a while that people don't always think of as marketing, but it is in a way. So let's bring in Dr. Marie.
Hello, John. Hello, Kurt.
Hello, Dr. Marie. How are you today?
I am blessed and highly favored.
That's good. All right, I'll let you introduce yourself, where you are, and how you got to what you're doing today.
All right. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you for inviting me on your podcast. It is a blessing and a privilege to be here. To introduce myself, I'm called Dr. Marie Osako, and we keep it short, Dr. Marie. I've been in business for a very long time. I was introduced in the business at the age of 10 when my father lost his corporate job, and he decided to determine how he's going to make his money. So he started a retail business. But as you all know, when you start a business, it doesn't make money right away. So he realized very quickly that being an entrepreneur, it's not something that happened overnight. So he decided to go back to work to find another job because he was teaching in high school. And he said, you know what? I need somebody to work in the store when I'm not here. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. He had a lot of children. He couldn't cooperate do that. So it was like, I think I have a manager with me. You are 10, I can guide you, I can help you, you can do this business. And that's how he introduced me in the business world. And from there, I learned a lot of stuff. And I had my first business when I went to the university. It was a direct sale business. I started buying couple of things for women and then selling during break time at the university. I took really the taste of business. So even though I started in economics for my bachelor and my master degree, when I wanted to do my doctorate, I wanted to immerse myself in business. And that's how I got the doctoral degree in business administration. And as soon as I completed that one, I started the marketing business with consulting.
Interesting. So you were introduced to entrepreneurship at a young age.
Yes, very young age.
And from the statistics I've seen and heard about, those that are very successful at entrepreneurship start off at a young age. Some people have said that that's because when you're young, your mind is more open and there's more space to comprehend things, as you might want to say. So today you are doing a magazine.
Yes.
I was privileged enough to have Dr. Marie do an article on me for the magazine, which I believe you said is coming out the end of the month.
Yes, end of the month.
And why don't we let people know the name of the magazine and how they can get a subscription to it?
Absolutely. So the magazine is called Joda Press Magazine. This is a global magazine. It's a business magazine. But we decided last year, February 2024, to include also ministry. So instead of just having a magazine for business, now we have also a portion that we're dedicating to ministry. So either you are looking for visibility for your business or for your ministry, we have a section for you. And we're looking always to create a platform for businesses and entrepreneurs to give them a stage where they can market their business as a team. Because as you know, the business can be a handful. And if you are working alone, you don't have a team, you're wearing a lot of hats. So I believe that if you are at that place and you can utilize other people who can help you out. When you publish with us, everybody who publish in this magazine becomes your peer. So they can also publish those in the network, and somebody who does not know you in those networks can also see you. So if you want to reach out to us, you can contact me directly. My phone number is 773-217-5712. And if you want to look into the website is magazine.jodapress.com. There you will have more information on the magazine. We are rebranding the magazine because now we are looking for ways to distribute it. And we were talking with John how we're going to have the press release, and that one will be done as soon as it's done. It's going to be sent on 450 news platform. So we're looking to have a very big distribution for the magazine for more visibility.
Okay, that's a very large way of getting the word out at one time. How many different news platforms did you say?
450 news platforms. That's where the press release will be sent to, because we're looking to create more visibility for people, and just posting it on our social network would not do it. So we need to kind of push the information in different direction so that we can reach more people to read the magazine.
Okay. And let people know how we met up, me and you.
Oh, that's a very good question. How did we meet, John?
I believe we met on a Smart Connect on Alignable.
Yes. Yes. So we were on Alignable. That is a platform that is growing. Alignable is growing very fast. And, you know, I came to Alignable, I want to say 3 years ago. However, I always come and go because I did not see something that was valuable to me. But the last time I went there, that was this year around February, I found out that things have changed. Now they have Smart Connect, and that's where we met. When you are part of the Smart Connect, you meet with real people, and you meet with people who will have a long relationship with you. So when we started talking, we realized that both we were in marketing, and you were talking to me about the podcast. And then I say, hey, I want to feature you in my magazine. I want to build a relationship with you, because I believe that when you're supporting somebody else, you are supporting yourself as well. When you lift somebody higher, the more higher you lift them, the more higher you are going as well, because they're pulling you from the ground. So I believe that working with you, featuring you in the business, whoever will see you will see me as well.
Yeah. Give a little sneak peek of the article. Yep. Okay. That's a sneak peek.
Yes, the full version is coming end of this month. We're going to have it digital. So it's going to be digital, And then after that, we can see how to have the print.
Yeah. Online is, I mean, having a virtual print is probably easier and a lot more accessible to people than a print, because print can only go out in so many places. And unless people go to that place, they're not going to get it. As where if it's available online, it's accessible to anybody and everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Like with Alignable, they have that contest every year, and the gentleman that runs it puts out a press, what he calls a Swiss cheese press release. You just fill in the blanks. He has most of the information already in there, and I put that out myself in a couple of different places already, and I've already gotten responses by it.
Okay.
Also, mentioning about Alignable, you recently became an ambassador for Alignable, like myself.
Yes, sir. Very, very interesting. Yes. So I am a new ambassador for Alignable in the area of Champaign. So I represent Alignable in Champaign County. That is 2 hours away from Chicago. And I'm covering not just the Champaign County, but also all the small cities around Champaign. So everybody that can drive an hour away from Champaign, they can come to our meeting. Yesterday, though, we had our second meeting, and we had a lady who drove an hour and 20 minutes. So for our first meeting, we had 2 people driving an hour away, 45 to 60 minutes away. And yesterday it was an hour and 20. So before I know it, people from Chicago will be joining. So it is very interesting.
Yeah. I have my 6th one coming up next week, as a matter of fact. And I started my first one in January, put it together in 4 weeks, and had 20 people show up to the in-person.
Wow.
In 6 months, I have 170 members in my alliance up here, which is a pretty large area, considering there was really only one other big one in the area.
Okay.
But it encompasses a lot of small towns.
Okay. Yeah, congratulations on your success. I'm looking forward to following in your footprint.
Oh, you have a better person to follow than myself. Who is actually coming in on the Zoom on my in-person next week.
I know.
But yeah, anybody who's listening to this live or a recording from the YouTube channel, if you have a business, Alignable is the place to be. You can connect with people across the US and Canada. And there's not a better way to build a business relationship than Alignable. But getting back to you, that's enough of an ad for Alignable, I think.
Yeah, I can say one more. I can add one more. You know, we all buy from people we know, like, and trust. So when you come on Alignable, you get to meet people in person. Then you know these people are legit. They're not just names that show up. And then you can build a relationship with these people. It's something that is real, something that is not fake. So that's why I like Alignable.
Yeah, it's a step above, shall we say, LinkedIn, which is another platform that a lot of businesses use.
I don't know if I want to say it's a step up, because I feel like, this is just me, I feel like Alignable, it's a networking place, and LinkedIn, Facebook, and others, they're more likely like social networking, because I've met a couple of people on LinkedIn, but I did not meet with them face to face on LinkedIn. We had to come out of LinkedIn to meet. But this with Alanabo, you are meeting with people right there, which makes a little bit a difference. So maybe you can say step up. That can work. It can work too.
But yeah, but um, yeah. So the magazine that you have this is the first edition of it that's coming out?
Yes, the first edition is the one that is coming out. Usually the first thing is the one that takes a lot of work and a lot of time. As soon as you have the first out of the way, then others will be coming super fast. We are working already on the second edition as we're finishing this one. So we're planning to, at first, to have like a quarterly edition, 4 issues per year. And as we're growing, we'll see how to get to the monthly issue.
So I am honored to be in the first edition.
We're happy to have you, John.
Let's see, there was something else I wanted to make sure I asked. I can't think of what it is. This happens to me every week. After 5 o'clock, my brain goes dead sometimes. So now you have two sites on Alignable, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Why don't we talk a little bit about the other site that you have?
Absolutely. So the other site is for education. So on one side, I have marketing, and the marketing is not just the magazine. I am a one-stop shop. That means we work with entrepreneurs and established business in providing everything from writing a business plan to getting you out of the business. So when it comes to digital marketing, writing a business plan, when you're talking about all the SEO, research marketing, business strategies, business analytics. So there are a lot of things that we do on the marketing side of it. Now, on the second profile, there you have the school. So we have a school called Judah Priest Christian University. It's an online school. What set us apart is that we are bridging the gap between online school and in-person. Our students are able to take classes by Zoom. That way, you still in the comfort of your home, but you can see your teacher, you can see the peers. If you register in a class where you have peers, you can see them. So you have the feeling of in-person class while you're still doing it from home. You don't have to do it at your own time, alone, bored. No, you can still have the vibe of in-person school. We offer businesses and theology classes. At this time, we have a number of majors that are under the business. So anything related to accounting, economics, business administration, small businesses. We have a section where we're talking about how to have a certification, 3 months to 12 months, just for business owners and entrepreneurs. So anything that can help them, like digital marketing, how to be successful as an entrepreneur. So we have like specific certification that we're putting together to help entrepreneurs to have something that can upskill them while they're building their business. And at the same time, we offer also certification to people who want to improve their skill and get probably, let's say, a managerial role in the company, or if they want to change careers or something like that, we have those type of certification. We have also the full degree program. So you can come for an associate, bachelor, master, or doctoral program. So if you're looking for anything that is related to business or theology, you can talk to us and we can help you. We do customize the courses as well. We customize the degree programs. If you want finance and I don't know, finance and economics, we can customize that for you. So we work with the students to make sure that they're receiving what they need that can help them improve the education in the system. Yeah.
So any new startup entrepreneurs can sign up for those courses and learn how to do things the correct way instead of
Yes.
learning the hard way.
Yes, that's the right way to put it. So if you're a new entrepreneur and you don't know where to go and you don't want to pay a lot of money for consulting, you can come to us. We're going to put you through these certification courses, and that will teach you how to learn the right way, how to be successful as an entrepreneur.
Okay. I still can't think of what I wanted to bring up. What I get for not making notes. um, so you're located in Illinois.
Yes, I am in Illinois. I used to live right there in Chicago, and then I got tired of shoveling the snow, I guess. So now we are 2 hours away from Chicago. So we're still in the land of Illinois.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm trying to. I'm still rattling my brains trying to think of what I wanted to ask you. It was important too.
Mhm.
Is there anything I've left out that you are involved in?
I'm a book writer. I'm an author. So this year I started a service where I can help you edit your book. So if you're writing a book and you're not able to put things together, or you're looking for somebody who can read and edit it for you and publish it, that is something that we do. So we help you with that. And also we realize that there are people who are really struggling with the finance. You see, I came across a lot of clients. They will be ready to go, but they just don't have the money. So it's hard as a new entrepreneur. You don't have a good you don't have revenue. It's hard for the bank to give you a loan. So what we're doing with our clients right now, you need to have, let's say, 650 or 680 score credit. Then we can help you. We can show you how you can create a line of credit for yourself, for your business, just to help you out. So that is also something that we're looking into to help businesses that are struggling.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's good for people to know out there. That they can go to school and learn this stuff, be at their own home,
Mhm.
and yet be with other people in the classes.
Yes.
And if they have a hard time with the money, it's
Mhm.
accessible too.
Yep, that's
Um,
right.
it's pretty much everything that people would be looking for.
Yes. Yes.
Um, I can see that schooling going far. It's basically what a lot of people are looking for. Um, they don't have to leave home to go away to some college and be away from family,
Yes.
um, and still make friends online, which,
Yeah.
from my experience, is very educational in itself. Years ago, I took a marketing course, a 16-week online course with a
Mm.
guy from San Diego, California.
Okay.
And being online, this face was on screen almost every week. When I went out to San Diego for the graduation, I had people walking up that knew who I was, knew what I did, I had no clue who they were,
Mm-hmm.
including one of the people I met out there. I still keep in contact with a little bit. Is an NFL Super Bowl champ who knew exactly who I was and what I did, and I had no idea who he was.
How did that happen? So he was in the same classroom as
He
you?
was taking the same class. Yeah, he had 3 businesses going back then, and
Yeah.
wanted the experience of marketing his own businesses instead of paying somebody to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has 5 businesses going. He just recently got into real estate.
Mm. Interesting.
So
Yeah.
it's amazing what these well-known people do.
Mm,
I had no idea during the classes that he
mm,
was even out there,
yeah.
until I met him at the graduation.
Mm,
Um,
absolutely. And it's good that you mentioned that, because even our people who are taking classes with us, you will take class online, but the graduation will be in person. So we're working with a school in Michigan. That's where the graduation will be happening. So that will bring the vibe that you did experiment. So you see that even though you were not going in person, you were taking it from the comfort of your home, but you had people who knew about you. That is because that flavor of in-person classroom was still there.
right.
Mm,
And you never know who you're going to meet in these classes
exactly,
online.
exactly.
Um, I've got a
Exactly.
couple of relationships from that class that
Mm,
um, I still keep in contact with. And that
mm,
was 7, almost 8 years ago now.
wow, wow.
And the funny part about the graduation, I have to mention this. This is a little bit of a hilarious story.
Mm,
Um, I started my travel to go to the graduation to
okay.
be in San Diego by noontime
Mm,
for the last day of the class.
mm-hmm,
It was his first certification course. So he had just the ones that was taking the course, which was a couple of hundred people.
mm-hmm,
The graduation was at the end of the week. The classes were on Tuesday.
mm-hmm.
So I had everything arranged to be in San Diego by 11:30 in the morning for a 12 o'clock class. I figured half an hour to go from the airport to his studio to be in
Okay.
person for the last class would have been fine.
Yeah.
Started my travels in Boston, Massachusetts, at the airport at 5:30 in the morning. Missed my flight by 5 minutes.
Oh my. Oh
Re-
my goodness.
Rescheduled me on another flight an hour afterwards. I was supposed to go from Boston to Chicago to San
Mm,
Diego. Okay.
mm,
The flight they got me went to Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the experience that nobody wants. I got into Charlotte. I'm looking at the monitor. One flight was canceled, the
wow.
flight they had booked me on.
Wow.
4 hours later, I had a flight out of Charlotte.
Wow.
And that wasn't even to San Diego, that was to Dallas Fort Worth. I was there
Mm,
for 45 minutes. Then I got into San Diego. Instead of getting there at 11:30 in the morning, I got there at 9 o'clock at night,
wow.
which 3 hours difference would have been midnight. I started at 5:30 in the morning. That
Wow.
is a heck of a day to spend going in and out of airports.
Wow. Wow. That is. So what happened? Did you end up attending the class though?
No, I missed the last class,
You missed the, oh my gosh. I am so sorry for that.
but I already had all the information. So,
Yeah, traveling is not always easy. That's why if there is a way to cut out the commute, that's the best way to do it.
yeah, that's why I was glad it was on online. I mean, if I lived out in the San Diego area, I could have gone in studio every single week,
Yeah.
but didn't. So, hey, I got by. I had a great time when I was out there for 4 days.
Okay. Okay.
San
And you
Diego's a very
graduated, so
yeah,
you made it.
yeah. Certifications behind me here in the frame, but
Okay.
um, that's an experience that people don't look forward to. But
Yeah.
I survived it. I made it back. I even took the course a second time. A couple of
Oh,
years ago, he incorporated AI into the course. So you
okay.
have to keep up to date with AI. So
Okay. That's very good. That's good. It's good that you did not let that struggle kind of take the joy away from you or take the initiative of saying, I'm not going to go to school anymore. Look at what happened. So when you're facing struggle, use that as something that can push you to positivity. Yes, it happened, but here I am. I came back in one piece. So I'm still good. I can do it again. But next time I just learn my lesson. I need to leave early. So, John, next time you need to go to graduation, you need to leave early.
true, very true.
So we learn, we take the lessons from everything that we come across.
Yeah.
I always tell people, when you start a business and it's not working, don't get discouraged. Don't say, I'm not going to do it again. I've been trying for 2, 3, 4 times. It's not working. It doesn't mean it's for me. What I suggest is change the gear. Instead of just leaving the old thing, you can change gears and you can say, this strategy did not work. Let me find another strategy that will work. That's why when you're working with people who know what they're doing, helps a lot avoid a lot of mistakes. So
Yeah.
now that yourself, you went through that mistake, you know that if I left at 4:30, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, and that will have a lot of errors that will come after that, a lot of struggles, a lot of pain, a lot of delay, end up missing the whole last session class, right? So to
Yeah.
avoid all of that, work with, I don't know, consultants or coaches, people who can guide you, people who can hold your hand and say, at the beginning, here's what you can do. They can guide you well and avoid all those small
Yeah.
errors.
I would have left the day before, which
Mhm,
would have been the best thing to do, except
mhm.
the day before I left was my anniversary.
Oh, wow. So I don't want to have any trouble with your wife. So you
I
wouldn't,
couldn't leave the day before, so
you
hey,
couldn't do that.
it
It
worked out.
happened.
She did not go with me either, by the way.
Okay, I understand. That's why we learn from our mistakes and we go forward. But I'm glad you made the good decision of staying with your wife on the anniversary and then go next day.
Yeah. Um, but that wasn't the only mistake that I made. Um, I started out in marketing, becoming a travel agent. I
Okay.
picked the wrong time to try and start a travel business because shortly after I started it, COVID hit.
Oh my.
We all know what happened with traveling when that hit.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so I picked up marketing because I had to
Mm,
do marketing for my travel business, anyways.
mm,
Which is why I took the online course. Figured if I'm going to do it, I might as well learn from somebody who knew what they were doing.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this guy was doing marketing for 15 years and had big accounts like Procter and Gamble,
Mm,
Orange Theory Fitness, which is across the country, and big
mm.
companies like that. So you got to learn how to do something, learn from somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But working with big companies, it helps you also learn a lot before you can start yourself. I always advise people, if you have the ability to work with larger corporation, go for it. Learn it. There are skills that you can learn from there that you're not gonna get by working alone. So when you learn enough, then you can immerse yourself in your entrepreneurship. Look at you, you worked with other corporations and now you are here working alone you have like the people skills, you have the customer service skills. There are a lot of skills that you gain from there before you can start immersing in your own business.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're getting close on time here. Kurt, do you have any questions for this lovely lady?
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Um, I was just kind of looking through some background information on the brand and the location. So with what I'm listening to, there's a university. I'm hearing about courses and whatever, and I try and figure if I missed something. Did you say that there's an actual university attached to this?
Yes, so there is a university, it's an online university. It's accredited, so we have a worldwide accreditation. Anybody from across the world can take the course. Right now, we have students in Zambia, outside the US. So we have Zambia, Congo, and South Africa. So people can study from anywhere because we're making it easy. Being online, that means as long as you have the internet, you have a computer, you can connect on Zoom, then you are able to take classes with us.
Awesome. And I noticed that for the university, there's a headquarters in Florida. So I feel like we're getting just more of the business side of it and the publication, and we're hearing about the courses and that side of it. But it seems like there's a whole backstory to this that I don't know if I missed little references or whatever, but can you piece it together for us a little bit more? How did this whole brand start? Where did it come from? How did they get a headquarters in Florida? How does this all fit together?
Absolutely. So I was saying to John earlier that the whole idea of business was being introduced in the business at the age of 10. So I grew up in a business environment. And when I went to the university, being a firstborn of a larger family, you don't want to be asking daddy and mommy to pay for everything for you. So you start your own business. And that's when I took really the taste of business. It was a direct sale business. And when I finished my school, I want to say when I came here, because I started in Africa, when I came here for my doctoral, I immersed myself in business because I did economics for my bachelor and my master degree. And then I was like, yeah, I think I should explore the business area and understand it and have a good foundation. Even though I have a lot of experience, I want also to learn about it so that I can understand the culture and everything that comes with the business. And that's how I got into business administration to have my doctoral. And before I finished with my doctoral degree, I did some intern and I worked also with two large corporations here in the US. And they were working with business owners in the US and in Canada. And that gave me a lot of experience and a good background to do what I was doing today. That's how I gained the idea of saying, okay, when I finish my school, I can immerse myself in doing marketing and consulting for small businesses. Just a small story to tell you why I chose this area. I was working with a large corporation here in the US. I don't want to mention the name. However, when we were talking to the client, we needed to know if they were making a million or more, $1 million or more in revenue. That was annual revenue. So every time you come across somebody who's making less than that, they had a name we were giving them. So I realized that while I was at that company, people that we needed to work with, we had to chase after them. You're giving them call, they're not picking up. It was hard for us to close the deal. But people that we did not want to work with are the ones that were calling in. So one day I got frustrated. I went to talk to my director. I'm like, why are we not serving people who are calling in, and we have to chase people who don't want to talk to us? And then he said, the one who don't want to talk to us are the one we need because they can afford our services. And I'm like, okay, what about this? Why can't we just create small packages for people who are calling in? That's where we can help everybody. And they're like, don't worry about it. They are BS. And I'm like, BS? What do you mean BS? What does that mean? And then he said, oh, it's not what you're thinking. It just means below standards, below the standards. Okay, so the standard is $1 million. And as soon as you make $9.99 and less, you are below the standard. So I stayed there for another couple of months and I just couldn't take it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to serve the BS people. So I'm going to go out and find those BS people. And so serving them, that's how I started my marketing and consulting business. So I came out to serve the BS businesses. So that's how I started with that. And while I was doing that, when I completed my doctoral, I started tutoring higher students who were doing their dissertation, either they're doing their bachelor, master, or PhD. I started tutoring them. And when I was tutoring them, they were always telling me, you teach better than my teacher. Why can't you just reteach me the course? So I started reteaching them the entire course. And I realized that a lot of students liked the way I was teaching. And then I'm like, maybe I should just start advertising the teaching courses instead of just tutoring. So I started doing that. And then a lot of students start enjoying my teaching. And one day, out of the blue, my sister said, oh, I dreamed about you and you were having a university. And I'm like, whoa, how? At that time, I couldn't even realize that a private person, somebody like me could have a university. I couldn't figure out that. So I'm like, okay, I guess since you pray a lot, God told you that. So if God told you that, he's going to make it happen. So this is a long story, but here we are. By God's grace, the university is there. And we officially, because for 3 years, it did run just like a tutoring institution. But last year's October 15, that's when we launched it officially as a university with full-time students. You are muted, Kurt.
There we go. I had to use Alt-A to unmute. It wasn't click for me. Good thing I know the keyboard hacks here. Wow. But thank you. Yeah, that was quite a story there. So yeah, I appreciate it. So John, it's good to know we're the BS people, eh? Below
Yeah.
standard.
Everywhere you found those BS people, you know where to send them now. So you just send them to me.
This will be a new theme in all of my podcasting. I'll be like, we're just BSing here, with all our BSers, all our below standard people.
Below standard, yeah.
Oh man, what a breakthrough. This is fun.
Yeah.
All right, John, I'll pass it over to you. We're in a couple minutes here to wrap up. What do you want to do, John?
All right. Any last comments, Dr. Marie?
Oh, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk with you on your podcast. And you gave me the opportunity to meet Kurt, to meet Mariana, to meet others as well. So this is really a good thing, and I'm honored for that. So just like Kurt ended his, his talk, if anybody out there, you feel like you are not at 1 million yet, and you want to get to the millions, yes, reach out to me. Let's work together. Let's get you out of the BS so that we can get you going in a place where you can feel comfortable and be happy. And also, I'm promoting the book writing. So if you are writing your book, you're editing the book, I'll be happy to work with you. My book is called Who is Your Father? So I'm also in ministry. I do like the Christian counseling. I do minister. I'm not a pastor, but I do work with people just to help people. We need to support each other, pray for each other. So if somebody need to know more about the book, which is Who is Your Father? When we're talking about who is your father, we have the father figure who is a biological father. However, there are people who have been hurt by the biological father. Just a quick story. I met at the airport a young man. We didn't know each other. He saw me with the book. He's like, "Is this your book?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm selling it." So I gave it to him. He bought it, and 3 weeks after, we met just like that at the University of Illinois. And he had this friend. He's like, "Oh, this is the lady who sold me the book." And I'm like, "Okay, tell me, did you read about it?" It's like, "You won't believe this. I didn't talk to my father for over 20 years. It's gonna be 70 in a couple of days. After reading your book, it left me with tears. I had to go talk to my father. And we had a chance to talk. Now that I'm talking, my father is on Amazon looking for a book. So that really was a big inspiration for me. And I was like, wow, I need to kind of try to publish it a little bit more in different languages. So now I have people waiting for it in French. I started working on it. I'm just waiting to see how I'm going to complete it, and probably I can have some talk show about the book.
Interesting. Good. So that should close us out. Once again, Dr. Marie, why don't you let people know how they can get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So if you want to get hold of me, on social media, you found me there. You found Dr. Osako Marijemo or Dr. Marijemo. It's still me, the same person. My phone number is 773-217-5712. It's a Chicago number. You can send me an email to you can use my private email, which is marie.osako@gmail.com, or you can send to the business dmarie@jodapriest.com.
And if any of that loses you, contact me and I can connect you with her.
Absolutely. And you can find me on Alanable.
All right. So that should do it from here, folks. Another great episode of Revolutionize Your Marketing. And we are here every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry, Kurt, I'm taking away your clothing.
All good. It's all good. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Great show.